I am Sylvia, a dedicated mother who only wants the best for my son, even if it means being tough on those who fail to appreciate his hard work.
I am Emily, a strong-willed and independent woman striving to balance respect for my in-laws while living my own life with my husband. Let's start the story.
Hey Emma, it's me. Do you have a problem with your ears, or is there something wrong with your head?
Excuse me, what the heck is leading you to say something so hurtful and rude?
What's the matter? I'm asking what the hell is wrong with you that you can't even remember anything I ask you to do. How many times have I told you, when doing laundry, reuse the bathtub water? All you have to do is scoop the water out of the tub, put it in the washing machine, and then set it to spin. How can you be so wasteful and just let perfectly good water go down the drain like that?
Sylvia, I'm sorry, but I've already told you, I am not going to follow your advice this time. I understand that it is important to save resources, not only for the planet but also to keep our utility bills lower. But reusing bath water for laundry is a bit too much. Yes, Mike still takes a bath every night, but that water is not as clean as you think, Sylvia. It has body soap, shampoo, and most importantly, dirt and dead skin in it. It's disgusting to just let it sit overnight and then reuse it to wash our clothes. No thank you. Not to mention it's a ridiculous thing to ask to bring the water from upstairs to the washing machine downstairs. That would take hours.
Okay, I see. You're not even the one who works his butt off every day so that you can even have the use of those utilities. So why would it matter to you, right? Here you are, sitting on your butt every day with no job. Stealing and wasting away my son's hard-earned money, yet you have the nerve to talk back to me. You should just shut your trap and do as I say. It's not like you have any children to take care of. All you do is sit around all day at the house my son is single-handedly paying for. You go and play around with the gaggle of geese you call your friends. Why don't you get off your lazy butt and go get a part-time job at Walmart or something? If I had known that you would turn out to be such an ungrateful, good-for-nothing leech of a daughter-in-law, I would have never allowed my son to marry you. And the groceries? The refrigerator in that house is freaking overflowing with things to eat, including the meals that I cooked and prepared specially by hand for my son. But still, you continue to buy that unhealthy processed fattening crap at that overpriced high-end grocery store across the street. And by the way, we all know you for sure don't need that crap, Porky. At least when you actually do need to get a necessity like milk or something, go to the cheap farmer's market across the street and save some money for once. You'll be sorry one of these days when you realize you should have been listening to me and taking my advice this time. Didn't your mother ever tell you these things? It's a mother's responsibility to teach their girls these basic rules and procedures of living in the world. Instead, it looks like all your parents did was teach you how to study, go to college, steal a man on campus, let him get a job, and then waste all of his money while he breaks his back working.
Sylvia, there are certain foods we both don't like. We aren't going to force ourselves to eat food in the fridge that might make us both sick to our stomachs. And as for grocery shopping, there are also certain foods that you can't find at the local farmer's market. Believe me, I have not been ignoring all of your advice and suggestions for living. I mean, it's not like I could even if I tried. By the way, I am pretty sure I have already asked you hundreds of times to stop barging into our home uninvited, unannounced at all hours of the day and night. Please go get a hobby or something and let us have our own lives. Did you break into our house again today while I wasn't home?
Break in? Mike gave me a spare key. How dare you accuse me of breaking in? Anyway, you think I actually wanted to go to that dirty, unkempt pig stay again because I enjoy the stench? I didn't want to go there. I needed to look for the necklace my daughter gave me for my birthday. It's missing.
There's no way your necklace would be at our house.
Huh, you don't remember when I was there last week? You saw me wearing it and said it was so pretty. I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt for once and believe that you wouldn't be so low as to steal it from me. So, I went to your house to confirm that I was correct in believing that you wouldn't have been so shameless.
Are you serious? You actually thought that I might have stolen it from you?
I was hoping that I would not find it here, but while thinking of where in the world you might have put it, I just realized that I had left it at my house. I was worried that you might try to steal it. So, I purposely didn't wear it again and left it in my wardrobe when I came here yesterday.
Wow, you really have lost all your marbles, haven't you?
Well, if you hadn't said what you said while staring so greedily at my necklace that day, I wouldn't have gotten the wrong idea in the first place. And you say that I've lost it. Do you have any idea how silly you've been acting every time I come to your house? Whether it's an earring, a bracelet, or even an expensive necklace that my Mike must have slaved away at the office to get for you. There's always some piece of jewelry laying out around the house. There was even a bracelet on the floor in the bathroom next to the toilet plunger. How can you not have any concern for these assets that my son has provided for you? Are you actually that ungrateful, or are you just completely out of your mind? I guess it must be so easy for you to go ahead and waste money like that and ruin such expensive things. Because you've never worked a real job for even a single hour of your life. Isn't that the reason? Is my precious son just a slave to you?
Actually, Sylvia, Mike has never once bought me any jewelry besides my engagement wedding rings, and I am always wearing and cherishing those. The truth is, I bought all of my other jewelry for myself, so stop going so overboard, please.
Oh really? How dare you talk back at me like that, and now you have the nerve to lie to me too. You're just a lazy, wasteful housewife with no job or any motivation to do any good with your life. How the heck could you buy those things with your own money? You don't have any money that you could even say is your own. You will never change your ways, and while you should have been cleaning, doing laundry, and cooking for my son, where were you? Is that where you were this morning? You're telling me that you were actually out somewhere selfishly buying those things for yourself again today?
No, Sylvia, I had something important I needed to take care of, so I stepped out for a bit.
Huh, oh, is that so? What in the world could be so important for a worthless housewife like you to do?
You know, Sylvia, you keep making housewives sound like such a terrible job. But have you not always been a full-time housewife yourself? That's all you've ever been all your life. Yet you are saying that I am such a terrible daughter-in-law for being a housewife, exactly what you are too. So how are you so high and mighty to be critiquing how I am living my life?
I got married 30 years ago when I was your age. It was already predetermined for all women to be housewives after marrying back then. There was no choice, but now most husbands and wives work separate full-time jobs out of the house. Make their own money for themselves instead of stealing it from each other. You even went to college for 4 years. Can you honestly tell me that you are content letting your degree and thousands of paid tuition money go to waste? All of your college friends, including the married ones, are still out working hard at their jobs and earning their own money. Then there you are, lazing around the house all day like some pesky termite waiting for my son to come home with more of his hard-earned money for you to steal.
What, pesky termite? You're not even my biological mother, and this is my life, so why should I have to live it as you tell me to? And it's not like you're the one who paid for me to go to college and get my degree. That has nothing to do with you. Actually, none of this has anything to do with you at all. Do you really have nothing to do all day that you must always be on my back and making such a ridiculous fuss about everything? And you know what? Mike is a grown man now too, so get off of his back and stop driving him crazy too. If you continue to constantly hover around and suffocate us like this, I can't guarantee I won't do something crazy myself. So please give it a rest already, at least for your own son's sake.
Oh, my goodness, well look at you showing your true colors and speaking to your mother-in-law in such a vulgar manner. Your words are so frightening, I've got goosebumps and I'm shaking in my shoes.
Sylvia, seriously, come on, I'm not joking. Get out of my house, you better not be there by the time I get back.
Okay, I'm leaving now, sheesh, such deplorable manners.
Hey Sylvia, the cookies you bought for us arrived today. Thank you, I'm sure we'll enjoy them, they look delicious.
Oh, heavens no, those cookies aren't for you, they're for my Mikey and Mikey only. My Mikey always loved those cookies when he was a child. He's been working so hard every time, the poor thing, so I went to the bakery 2 hours away and got them just for him. They're absolutely not for you. You better not lay a finger on those cookies and go pig out on something else, Porky. I went through a lot ordering those cookies.
What the hell, are you serious? They're cookies. Are you really going to be that petty about cookies? So, you stopped squawking, got up off of your bum, and drove for a few hours. How is that so amazing? You can probably find cookies that taste just like these at any other store.
How dare you? Those cookies are incomparable and I had a very hard time finding that store. Do you think you can treat those cookies that I bought for my precious son the same as any other ones? Just as you treat your own jewelry as insignificant? And how dare you wait all day to let me know that you received them? I know for a fact that they arrived this morning. It is now 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Have you really no sense at all? Didn't your parents teach you that you should thank someone for a gift as soon as you receive it? How rude.
I was at the salon this morning when they arrived. I didn't get home until a couple hours ago. Mike was home when they were delivered, so I figured he already thanked you this morning.
What, you expect a man to think of doing that? This kind of thing is for the woman of the house to do. This is my son's day off, he should be relaxing. I can't believe you overthrew responsibilities and gave him your work to do on his day off. My poor, precious, hardworking son. It breaks my heart that he ended up with such a lazy, good-for-nothing like you. He must be a saint for giving a wench like you a chance. Those married couples who both have their own full-time jobs are always so financially well off. They don't have to worry one bit about money. Why did my son of all people have to get stuck with a deadbeat like you, throwing away all his fortune? Even today is a great example of how useless and dim-witted you are. You say you went to the salon? Why the heck would a full-time housewife like you need to get her hair and nails done? All you do is laze around the house all day. Just do your own nails and put your hair up in a ponytail or cut it yourself too. Why are you wasting such precious money on all that crap?
Oh, here you go calling the kettle black again. You go to the salon once a month to get your hair dyed and permed. Oh, you're such a hypocrite. Your own husband is in his late 50s now. On his feet every day and night working as a security guard. When he should be planning his retirement soon, and you not only go to the salon once a month, but on trips and outings with that herd of middle-aged hags you hang out with all the time. So, what the hell gives you the right to treat me this way all the time? Do you seriously think you are any better than I am? You seriously think you can do no wrong, don't you? What makes you so righteous and holy? There was also a time when you yourself were someone's daughter-in-law. Did you think you became some royal highness after your own mother-in-law passed away? You are so delusional. Did your own mother-in-law tease you and drive you crazy? So now you're taking pleasure in doing the same to me? You're not a mother-in-law, you're a freaking monster-in-law. Do you think of your mother-in-law every time you see me? So, you expect me to put up with your ridiculous behavior as you did with your own mother-in-law? Most mothers-in-law leave rings, money, or even their own house for their daughters-in-law in their wills. But I already know very well that the only things you'll leave for me are all of your obnoxious nagging and idiotic housekeeping advice. I guess you don't have much to say for your own life. You've lived 60 years, but what honorable things have you ever done yourself? All you've ever really done is drive everyone around you insane and stress them all out. To the point where you always get your own way and think they actually like you. Really, they are just sick and tired of dealing with your hysterical crap when you don't get what you want.
What did you say? Have you lost your mind? How dare you speak like that to me, you worthless beggar? You go back to your own pack of worthless freeloaders and get out of my son's house this instant. I will no longer sit back and allow a rude, ungrateful, and penniless leech like you to continue being my daughter-in-law.